back, man. MMA Spear back at it again, fellas. Y'all already know today we got ourselves a banger. And fellas, I'm switching up. Okay, I'm switching up. Ladies and gents, this past weekend, we had UFC Paris. Heater of a card, actually. Heater of a card. Finish after finish. Our new favorite fighter, Mason Jones, brother. Mason Jones, the Welshman, gets the, just a sick comeback win. BSD, God of War, getting a big-time upset in front of the hometown Paris crowd. And, honestly, in the main event, just a sick main event. Sick fight between Imavov and Baralho. Imavov gets the job done. Yeah, man, honestly, just a great card overall. In terms of what that means for the main event, I think Imavov's up next. I think in comparison, yes, this graphic was made by me. Yes, follow the Instagram, MMA Spear. Come on, we're on the grind. No promo or anything. I was just throwing that in there. His resume in comparison to the other three contenders, Fluffy, RDR, and obviously Baralho is kind of out of the picture. But even before Paris, Izzy, Allen, Cannonier, dude. It really is just that filthy. All right, he really is just that guy. So I think he's up next against Hamzat Chimaev and Hamzat Murders. Moving on to this weekend chat. UFC Noche. UFC Noche. Main event, Diego Lopes. Fresh off his title fight loss to Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Taking on Jean Silva. Jean Silva. Juan Silva. Fast rising fighting nerds. We need to address the question everyone is asking after this weekend. Okay, I needed to provide that context. Chat, is the hype over? Okay, is the fighting nerds hype over? Prates obviously picked up a big win of his own at UFC 318 with just the vicious spinning elbow knockout on Jeff Neal. But what seriously happened this weekend at UFC Paris has changed my thinking completely. Mauricio Rufy and Caio Baralho. Mauricio. Chat, the way it rolls off the tongue is just beautiful. Mauricio Rufy. He really just got dominated out there, man. It almost looked like he gave up, but I don't know if that's because I put $30 on him right before the fight, or if he actually did give up. You know what I mean? I can't tell if my thinking is shifted. Yeah, man, he just got dominated. He just got straight out dogged by BSD. He was a big-time favorite coming in. Maybe not odds-wise, but, obviously I cashed in on what I thought was going to be a big win, and that didn't happen. So I'm not raging, chat. I'm not raging. But in terms of people who were actually taking him, I feel like everyone was taking Rufy over BSD. So big win for the God of War, man. Great to see for the guy. After, he obviously had the Prepelic win, but before that, people were kind of seriously fading off the hype train. But for Baralho, it was kind of the opposite story. He was the betting favorite, but I think a lot of people were kind of expecting Imavov to win that. I took Baralho and Rufy in those two, so, kind of 2 L's for me. But yeah, same outcome. Imavov beat him over the course of 5 rounds. Great fight though, but same result. Okay? This weekend, we have the 4th and the final OG fighting nerd in action. Okay, I say OG because, throw all these smaller... Now, all right. When we say fighting nerds, we mean these 4. All right, let's be real. Chad, nobody else... let's be real, okay? Jean Silva. Jean. The pant, Gene. Going into this matchup, all right, when it was first booked, first of all, I thought, this is sick matchmaking, all right? This is a sick fight. I thought, no-brainer, I'm taking Gene Silva. On a win streak, one of the most promising young prospects in the UFC. I've heard many other people say this as well, but I think he's a future champ, if we're being real. His striking has obviously just literally been ungodly to this point. And, he showcased his I guess, elite grappling skills that we didn't even know about when he's coming off of the submission win against Bryce Mitchell at 314. So, with all that being said, all that hype, okay, all the skills to back it up, I'm taking Lopes. Chat, I am taking Diego Lopes. We all love Diego Lopes. And at UFC Noche, we will be taking down the fighting nerds completely, okay? Here's why. Every big main event matchup, all right? Not a promo, guys. Just throwing it out there, all right? I break down on my Instagram, okay? I do. So follow the IG if you want it, but when we're looking at a fighter comp, this is as good as it gets right here, all right, man? I broke it down pretty much striking, power, grappling, submissions, cardio, chin, fight IQ, and experience. Striking-wise, when it's on the feet, it's very close. I lean towards Silva, though, okay? If we're being real, like, this is really a toss-up, okay? So I don't think there's any clear-cut advantage. Where I think there's a huge advantage is when it gets to the mat, okay? The grappling, the submissions. Yes, Silva showed us he's got some skill there against with his win against Mitchell, but I seriously think Diego Lopes outclasses him there. Okay, he's gone the 5 rounds. Silva has not gone the 5 rounds yet. Dude, chin, I put Silva because he hasn't been cracked yet. So, I mean, you can't really not put him there. But Lopes has shown that he can actually take a punch. Silva hasn't really had that adversity in any of his fights, so I went with chin just because it hasn't been cracked yet. But, I mean, if we're being real, that's a toss-up too. So, fight IQ, Silva, fighting nerds, I still think that they have the best fight IQ in the game. But then experience, similar to the 5-rounders, I'm giving that to Lopes. Just because he's been in that championship fight before. He's been in those, I guess not main events, but on the big stage with the UFC Noche last year. I mean, I have these categories broken down 4-4. But I just think the advantages for Lopes out on the ground outweigh the advantages for Silva. Especially when some of the advantages for Silva, those are like literally 50-50 categories that you could give to Lopes. When I break it down like this, it really helps me honestly pick the winner most of the time. All right, and I'm being real. So now take all of this and add in the biggest reason of them all, fighter, team, trends, the plot armor. Chat, I know what you're saying. Yo, this guy's an idiot, man. This theory, come on, dude. Why does he keep saying this? It doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I believed this for a while, and I'm riding with it till the end. Pause, chat. My bad, pause. But gyms, teams, and training partners, when they are in the UFC and they're on the up, you know, one fighter wins, they are on the up. All of them win. Okay, everyone is winning. Everyone in the gym is kind of on the rise. But when these teams start to fall or face some adversity, okay, with some losses, like we saw at UFC Paris, it trickles down to everyone else as well. Belal Bahamonde, on the rise together. Working together every day, man. Just getting better in the gym. In each of each other's corners, every fight, every step of the way. Obviously, Belal goes on, you know, his insane win streak to the title, ultimately winning the belt. Meanwhile, Bahamondes is on a hot streak as well, winning 6 out of his 7 fights in 4 years. Wait a minute. Cisse! All right. I had to. When I saw the stat, I had to throw it in there. But once Belal loses the belt, he loses it to JDM at 315. Bahamondes loses his first big step up as well. Sorry, chat. Against Fiziev at Baku just 1 month later. Okay, they were on the rise together. One of them suffers a loss. They both suffer the loss. Case B, Syndicate MMA. Obviously, you know, they're in the midst of nonstop success right now. And, you know, granted, they're one of the best teams in the sport. So they're going to kind of be on the up the majority of the time. But Merab wins the belt. He's one of the biggest fighters at that team, okay? Defends it at UFC 311 against Umar. On that very same card, Muin Gafarov. Huge upset over Rinya Nakamura, which is aging great right now, okay? You can say whatever you want, but Nakamura showed against, I think, Nathan Fletcher, I believe, that he really is the real deal. When Merab wins, Gafarov wins. Teammates. Later this year, Khalil Roundtree dominates Jamal Hill in the main event. Earlier on in that card, Nazim Sadikov with a crazy knockout to add to his already impressive 2025 this year. When one fighter wins, the rest of the team does as well, okay? The theory holds especially true when fighters are on the same card, okay, like these few examples. But with as little time as is between Paris and Noche, I think the trend's going to hold true, man. I really am. I'm telling y'all, look into it more yourselves. But when fighters find momentum and a good span of success, their teammates find it as well. It's also the same thing the other way. Because I don't know if it's a morale thing within the team, but the momentum is a real thing, dude, okay? I'm telling you. I know Lopes is the underdog, coming off a tough, close loss against Volk. with Silva kind of riding all the success of his win streak and the fighting nerds. I think these losses from Rufi and Baraglio are going to play a legit factor, man. I really do. Okay? I think Silva ultimately falls as well. And the team trends plot armor holds true, man. Give me Lopes, man. Give me UD. And give me the beginning of possibly the end of the fighting nerds, man. Nah, all right. That's a little extreme, okay? They're still the fighting nerds, bro, all right? But yeah, man, I'm taking Lopes. Before we go, comment section, man. Comments from last video. Or should I say comment? Okay, as there was only one. On that secret UFC trends video, go check it out if you haven't already. Guess who it is, man? Our king. History X 101, brother. Pereira is getting the title back. Trust the process, Unk. Appreciate that. Appreciate that Unk status, bro. All facts, though, especially the switch-ups, you could literally be the GOAT and become washed the next day. I mean, dude, it really is. Check out the video if you haven't already, but some of the narrative trends in the UFC, especially just in MMA in general, but especially the UFC, it's crazy to think about, dude, honestly. Just like Joshua Van. That was really the big one from the video, but Joshua Van, nobody really knew about him, and now, legit, December probably, I'm assuming, he's going to be fighting for the belt. At 23, dude. It's absolutely wild. But I appreciate you, History X 101. Absolute GOAT, our king. If you want to be featured in the next video, comment down below right now. Top 3 comments on every video get chosen and responded to in the next one. Be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. On that grind to 2K now, man. And follow the IG at MMA Spear. I'll catch y'all in the next one, fellas. Peace.